So let's do a rounded crochet. For the start, let's do a chain in more. I'm gonna do with 6. That is 5 more 1 to we do the low stitch. They're gonna close because one of the stitch gonna disappear. So we have the circle that we do 6 chains and close them for low stitch. So you have 5 chains on the stitch that close the circle. And now we're gonna do 3 high stitch. That is the beginning of the first circle of the crochet. Now I'm going to start the high stitch. The first high stitch. The second. It's just to start and put the needle in the center of the circle that we made. At 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do this. So I have to do the 70 stitches. So I have already done all the high stitches. Let's close the first circle. Here we have the first high stitch, and here we have the chains. So we don't gonna get that, or we're gonna lose 1 stitch in the second round. So we're gonna find the last chain. Here is the head of the high stitch, and here have the last chain. So we do this because you have 1, 2, 3 down, one of this last side, and we're gonna do a very low stitch. Very low stitch. We're gonna do 3 chains. And how we do know the second round, we're gonna have the double of stitch. So in each stitch of the first circle, we're gonna do 2 high stitches. Here we have 1, so let's do 2 on it, and we keep sewing on the beam of that way to the end. So we have to do all the rounds. So we're gonna get the first chain of the 3 chains. So we have the head of the high stitch, and you're gonna find the last chain, and you're gonna do a low stitch. And 3 chains. And I'm gonna do now this way, 1 and 2. We already had 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, So we finish the third circle, so let's close it. Here we have the high stitch, see, high stitch, so you're gonna get this one. And do a very low stitch and 2 chains. And the first circle, it is 1, 2 high stitches and double the third. So you have the 3 chains. I'm gonna do 1 high stitch upon the other and the 2 high stitch in the same stitch. And now again 2 high stitch for each, 1 high stitch for each 1 high stitch. So I do 2, there is 1 high stitch in the top of 1 high stitch. I do it 2 times, and now I'm gonna do 2 high stitches in 1 high stitch. 1, 2. So let's start again. One high stitch by 1 high stitch, more 1 high stitch by 1 high stitch, and 2 high stitch and 1 high stitch. So let's start again. 1 high stitch by 1 high stitch, 1 high stitch by 1 high stitch, and now 2 high stitch in the same high stitch, and we go so on. So now that we finished the 4th round, let's close the circle. We got the chain on the head of the first high stitch, and we're gonna do a lowest stitch and 2 chains. And we're gonna have 3 high stitch by one by 1 stitch 3 times, and we're gonna have 2 high stitches in 1 high stitch after the 3. So I have 1, 2, 2, and 3. And let's do 2 high stitches. So 3 times 1 high stitch by 1 high stitch. 1, 2, 3. And now 2 high stitch by 1 high stitch. So again, 1 high stitch by 1 high stitch, the second high stitch by high stitch, the third high stitch by 1 high stitch, and now 2 high stitch in the same high stitch, and